Hey guys, my name is Max Hayes. The book that I put with To Kill a Mockingbird for this presentation is it's called Roll of Thunder, Hear My Cry. Listen up, you can't go first because you're black. So that's kind of like a little racist statement right there for both of these books, because both of these books kind of are racist in their way. Racism in the South was a real thing back in the 1930s in the South, in Alabama. Both of the stories are around the same setting and based and what the kids thought. So the base or the setting of both of these books are kind of like in the country, like Alabama and Mississippi, where Mississippi was where Thunder, Hear My Cry was located. And To Kill a Mockingbird, there was kids white telling the story, and then the black kids were telling Roll My Thunder, Hear My Cry story. So it's kind of like Roll My Thunder was like the black part, and then To Kill a Mockingbird was the white part. Roll of Thunder, Hear My Cry is another example of an author speaking about racism in the South. The author, Mildred Taylor, was born in Jackson, Mississippi in the year of 1943. And it is the great-granddaughter of a former slave. Roll of Thunder, Hear My Cry was written in the year of 1976 and won an award called the Newbery Medal. Watch the screen. She wrote 5 books based around a Negro family, or Logan family, which the Logan family is based on a lot of her books that she wrote. One of the books is Song of Trees. The year that was wrote was 1975. Let the Circle Be Broken. The year that was 1981. And the year that was wrote was 2001. And a few of the books that she wrote we don't know about, or that. In October 1933, they were children of an African American couple living in Aurora, Mississippi, which is kind of like back in the South where Alabama is and all that stuff. The family owns 400 acres of land, and their dad is still working on the railroad to pay that land off. The kids go to a black school, the white kids go to a black school, so it's kind of like segregation. The kids go to a white school if they're white, the kids go to a black school if they're black, so it's kind of like segregation. Do you think racism is like this in these two quotes? So the first quote is, "We Logans don't have much to do with white folks. You know why? Because white folks mean trouble." So the quote from the book was, "Roll of Thunder, Hear My Cry." The second quote, "Cry about the simple hell people give other people without even thinking. Cry about the hell white people give colored folks without even stopping to think what they, or to think that they people without." Watch the screen. You gotta keep it focused.
I am.
Without even stopping to think that they are people too. So the quote from that was To Kill a Mockingbird. The top quote kind of means that they don't like being in contact with the white people, or the black people don't like being in contact with the white people. They might get the blacks in trouble, the whites, or the blacks might get the whites in trouble. They could care less about the whites or the blacks because they aren't the same color, and so they're not the same type. Yes, I think racism is still like this today because I hear it in the news. One family lives in the country, one family lives in the city. There's a quote by Roll of Thunder, Hear My Cry, which says, "Because the students were needed in the fields from early spring when the cotton was planted. Until after most of the cotton had been picked in the fall, the school adjusted to terms which started in October and then dismissing in March." So the quote from the book was Roll of Thunder, Hear My Cry. Maycomb was an old town, but it was tired old town when I first knew when I read To Kill a Mockingbird. There was still a big issue with racism in the country and the city. It didn't matter if they were black or white because they couldn't go to the same stores or schools because they were different color. Even though that they were white and black, they both saw racism, but white and black kids felt terrible about themselves because they were being racist to one another. Hope you guys had an amazing day. I had an amazing day. Thank you guys for watching my presentation, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.